Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Bishop here with the Bench Warmers back in the booth with the crew. I got Pops, Marlon, and Jason. We are ready to break down week 12 of the NFL. We got a stacked show, some game recaps, a full-on deep dive into the Bears, and then our picks for the upcoming week. So let's pull up the playbook and let's get after it. Welcome to the Bench Warmers, the sports podcast where the takes are fire, the laughs are loud, and the stats, well, let's just say they're debatable. Bishop, Pops, Marlon, and Jason are calling it the way they see it, straight from the fans' perspective. Grab a seat, join the bench. It's game time. I got y'all here with me. What's up, fellas?
It's all good.
What's going on?
Listen here, we got another Bears W in the books on another 4-game winning streak. So I think that's perfectly a great spot to go ahead and kick it off like we usually do around this time. So we're going to go ahead and get around the horn. Pop, what you got?
So this is called Pappy Van Winkle.
Pappy.
My
Jelly,
Pappy.
what you got?
I've got a shot of Jägermeister, big dog.
Shot of Jaeger.
Going back on him.
Yeah.
Marlo,
Stay on that deer
Marlo, what
wood.
you got?
Good old wood for reserve, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all know how I'm rocking. I got the Jim Beam rocking and rolling. So let's go ahead and toss one up, fellas, to the Bears. The Bears.
Salute.
There go Pop again, straight out the bottle. Y'all know how he do. So look, before we get into the Bears, let's talk a little bit about these games that we that we picked on last week. So we had the Cleveland Browns and the Vegas Raiders, and Shador, my boy, my guy, he came through and won this game, man. He looked good, threw a touchdown. His pops was there to watch him. He went for 209 yards, and hey, he did all right there. The Browns' defense, they dominated, got some good sacks in. So were y'all able to check out any of that game?
Well, I was looking for you at the game because I know that you are in love with Shador Sanders.
I'm going to hop on. I'm going to get to a game one of these days. A Cleveland Brown ticket might not be too expensive, so I might do that. That's funny.
Motel 6 is even cheaper.
Nah, I'm going to go for the Red Ravine.
Yeah, no, I watched a few minutes of the game. Shador looked solid. He looked poised. He was very composed back there. Didn't really care for the play calling from Stefanski, but when given his opportunities, he did his thing. We said last week that we would hope to see something different with a week of preparation, and we did.
Yeah. Yeah. So the next game we was looking at was the Falcons and the Saints. The Falcons took it 24-10, snapping a terrible losing skid. Kirk Cousins is still doing his thing through 2 touchdowns, including a 49-yard strike to Darnell Mooney. The Saints offense is just the Saints offense. Did anybody get a chance to take a look at that one?
Yeah, just hearing the name Darnell Mooney makes me sad. I wish we had kept that dude.
Yeah.
I thought he was a real baller. Good to see him doing good where he's at. I didn't even know that Atlanta was a pro football team until last week.
Well, yeah, them and the Saints, they neither one of them are anything to write home about, though. So they are not getting any love from over here. The next game we looked at was the Colts and the Chiefs. Hey, the Chiefs are still the Chiefs. They won that game in overtime, came back from being down by 11 in the fourth quarter, and just did those Chief things. Did anybody get a chance to check out that one?
Yep, I watched that one. I watched that one too. Late in the game, Patrick Mahomes really just doing Patrick Mahomes things, man. Fourth quarter and overtime. I think Indianapolis, while they got a good team, it's going to take them a second to beat those championship caliber teams late in the year.
Yeah, I think so. And the Chiefs just know how to win. Pop was saying earlier that they're kind of hard to hard to figure out this year because they're just not dominating. But even though they're not dominating, man, they just still know how to win.
One analogy that I would make, though, is the Chiefs know how to win, and the Bears are starting to resemble the Chiefs in that way. The Bears are learning how to win.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm 100% with that because they're just showing themselves in ways that they really never have before. It's been a long time since we've seen the Bears team go out and play the full game. I mean, every minute
Yep.
playing the game. And it's been some time with that. And we are seeing that. And I think it has 100% to do with Ben Johnson coming in there and really changing this culture and just making them think that they can win, first of all, because you know you got to think you can win first. And he's got them thinking that they can win, and man, they are doing their thing. So let's go ahead and just jump into the Bears. Won 31-28 to get to 8-3. Who would have thought it? We said 8 wins all year.
Yep.
We had 8 wins 12 weeks in. So I mean, we got a chance to make a lot of noise. Caleb Williams threw 3 touchdowns, kept the Bears ahead. DJ Moore scored a couple. Getting him involved is something that I really like to see. I hope we can get him even more involved because the boy's just a baller, and it shows when he's not involved. He shows it. And so, speaking on the offense, let's talk about it a little bit. They look sharper this week. Do y'all believe Williams is now just fully NFL ready, or does he still have some more growing to do? I know
I
my
think he's
answer,
still
but
got
I'll
some
let y'all.
growing.
Yeah.
I think he's
He's
still
got a
got
lot of
some
growing
growing
to
to
do.
do,
He's still got a
Marcus.
lot.
He did a lot of good things as he does every week, but he was very inaccurate on several passes.
Yeah.
And his receivers this week bailed him out on several passes that were either high or behind him, and they really made great plays to make the catch. So that still has to improve. And this scrambling that he, for whatever reason, loves to do, and he does the same little move almost every time. He almost got his brains knocked out this week because the defender knew exactly what the spin was going to look like. He
Yeah.
beat him to the spin and threw him down. He looked like a rag doll when he went down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, really could have cost the game. That could have been, and that's just another part of it. Him fumbling that ball in the end zone, them recovering it, and that would have been something before that would have easily taken Matt Eberflus, Caleb Williams, and everybody else on the sidelines completely out the game. They shrugged it off. They went back in there playing. Marlo, what's on your mind, bro, with this offense?
Man, I liked what I saw. The run game wasn't as effective as it has been in past weeks, but the passing game was there. Pop mentioned the inaccuracies of Caleb, which is very true. He missed a few balls, but on those gotta have it routes, he was on the money.
Yeah.
The touchdown to Colston, if it's a half a foot either way, it's probably either tipped or picked off. One of the balls to DJ was a rope, and they had another one down on the seam. I believe it was to either Cole or Colston. He made a lot of good throws.
Right.
The play calling too is helping. We had a stretch yesterday, man, when we threw the ball 18 times in a row, and that's because the run wasn't working. But in that moment too, Caleb started to get into a rhythm and started cooking a little bit.
Yeah.
So I like to see that. I like what we got going, man. I think that it'll only go up from here. We know that we're probably close to our ceiling right now, but man, it's been a fun ride so far, and I wanted to see where it goes.
Yeah. Jay,
Yeah,
what's on your
Caleb
mind, bro?
needs to. I mean, that accuracy is one of the things that is holding us back from putting up 40 points. Think about it. We put up a lot of points this weekend. If he can get 20 to 30% more accurate, man, we're gonna be blowing the roof off of stadiums. So if he can work on that accuracy, and I mean, sometimes it's like really bad. I mean, it's way over the receiver's head, not even close. And I think that he just thinks he can make every throw and everything has to be a piss rocket, which it doesn't. There has to be touchdown passes. So,
And
if
when
he
he
can
got
work on that, we'll
tackled in
be all
the
right.
end zone and lost the ball, I was just happy that was the only ball he lost, because as hard as he got hit, he could have lost 2 more balls. You know what I'm saying?
And that's another thing. I mean, like, listen, you can dodge and try to get away, but sometimes you got to throw the ball on the ground. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Keep the drive alive. Keep 7 points off the board going the other way. Think about that. Those 7 points come off the board, it's a totally different game.
Yeah.
And he did throw the ball away purposely a couple of times this week, which I was really glad to see. I consider that to be growth.
That's
Mm,
growth.
mm.
And I think about it like this too. When you got a daredevil or Iceman, as they call him, you're gonna have some plays like that play in the end zone. But you think about all of the plays that we've had over the past 5 weeks, where it's like, oh my God, I can't believe he escaped that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
And I
yeah.
mean, you take the ratio because I believe over the past 5 weeks we had about 10 or 12 to 1.
Right.
So I mean, it
Fact,
comes with it. It's not
facts.
going to be perfect by any stretch.
Yeah, and that offensive line has I mean, they are really starting to gel. I mean, they are putting together a string of great snaps and a string of just some good football, some good blocking, some good protection. They're opening up holes. I mean, that was one of the biggest things that I think we've been struggling with for the last few years is that offensive line. And it seems like it's coming together.
I think the
Yeah, Ozzy
offensive
stepped
line
in
is
big
doing
time, man.
Yeah.
they're doing a great job. I noticed last week though that Caleb was once again causing the offensive line problems every once in a while by taking 6-step drops. When you do that, you're outside of the pocket. And all it requires is a stunt or a double on the dot to get to the quarterback. And it looks like the offensive line is not holding, but in reality, Caleb is putting them in a very bad position at times by dropping too far back.
Yeah, and it's you just got to know that because those guys are coming fast and they big and they're mobile and I mean it's only so much the O line will be able to do. So he's got to know that and get that ball out a little bit quicker and help to save them boys.
Well, also you got to understand that he's not very tall. So you've got these linemen in front of you, and it's hard to see over them. So he needs to drop back a little bit just to be able to see the field better. Then you've got the defensive line coming at you. So he's going to struggle with that.
Yeah,
Bryce
yeah.
Young was having trouble tonight. Same thing. Not a tall quarterback, struggling to see over the line, and it's just part of the game.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Because there has been some times where I've seen, the ball go off the back of a lineman's head and those balls getting batted down. So I guess that's just something that we're gonna have to deal with. And that's gonna be part of the growing pains to be able to find a way to get into that proper window so he doesn't have to make that big of a drop or to get to moving around a little bit earlier so you can get from behind those guys and just know where your guys are running and start putting the ball in the spot. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to throw it to a person, you and your receivers should know what you're doing. So that should give you a second to be able to roll out, get from behind everybody, and just throw it to a spot because you know your guy gonna be there, right?
And again,
Nailed it.
to Caleb's credit, this week I saw him throw 2 or 3 passes before the receiver broke on the ball.
Mm-mm.
And when the receiver turned around, the ball was right there.
Yeah,
So, Caleb is growing.
yeah,
He is
I'm glad he's a Chicago Bear.
yeah. Now, outside of Caleb, who else y'all kind of looking at on the offense? Who's showing you something?
We
For
could also
me, it's the youngsters, Kyle Monangai and Colston Loveland, Luther Burden. Those three guys over the course of the past couple of weeks have stepped up in a major way. Colston got a big touchdown this week. Kyle Monangai's had a touchdown in 3 consecutive games. Luther's role in the offense has been expanded. I like what I'm seeing, man. This is looking like Ryan Poles' best draft class so far. And I know we all had a lot of questions and concerns about it. Then even, especially yesterday, Ozzie Trapillo stepped in on left tackle and held it down, did his thing.
held it down.
Yeah,
So yeah, everything that stood out to me on the offense was the youngsters. Obviously, DJ did his thing, but man, I really liked what the rookies showed up with yesterday.
I don't know if
Yeah, I
you
like the
all
fact that Luther Burden, man, he's got that X factor where he can get away from a DB and get open to make a big play. So he's one of those guys.
because I don't know if you guys either read or heard in the news last week that there was some dissension in the locker room that DJ Moore has begun to complain a little bit about being left out of the offense. And so it was really good to see him back in the offense last week, 2 touchdowns. DJ is a number 1 on a team that might have 2 or 3 number 1s. And so it's gonna be hard to distribute that ball to everybody, but it was really good to see him get back in the mix.
Yeah, and that's what I meant by, DJ will show you his unsatisfaction if he's not being involved. And once he started showing that, like last year, there was a couple of times where I said, you know what? Let's get rid of this guy because he's like he's been a cancer. But to your point, Pop, he's a number 1 on anybody's squad. And so now, he's in the mix of, like you said, a few number 1s. We've got to figure out a way to keep him happy, keep him involved. I've been liking what they've been doing, getting them the ball out the backfield, getting them the ball, in different ways. But we got to figure out how to keep that dude on the up and up, because if he starts to fall apart, then it's all on the youngsters to do it. And we need that veteran to be on the field and be happy.
I kind of disagree on one of those comments, though. Having DJ in the backfield, I haven't seen anything good come from that. I think that we continue to use him like that, we're going to get him hurt. Keep him on the outside, let him do his thing. Some of the passes that have been coming to him that have been overthrown, those are just some of the inaccuracies. He hits on those, Caleb hits on those. It's a different day the next day in the locker rooms. I would keep him out of the backfield. I don't like that one bit.
Well, I think it's creative. And I think it's a way to get the ball in his hands. So, hey, I definitely don't want to get him hurt, but we do have to find a way, to have the ball in his hand the majority of the time. And so, offensively, I like to ask this question. Offensively, how we feeling? Do we still have a lot of work to do? Are we in that sweet spot where we gelling, or are we just over the top and really making some things happen offensively?
I think we're gelling, but we're certainly not there. We still make a lot of mistakes, but we're getting better every week. There were less pre-snap penalties this week.
Yeah.
Clock management was a lot better. They were getting the plays in on time. So we're moving in the right direction. I think we're ahead of schedule.
I like to hear that. I like to hear that.
Yeah, I agree with Pop. I think we are ahead of schedule. I think that, Caleb is playing his role. He's not doing too much. He's not throwing that, and I really think it boils down to Ben Johnson, honestly. We're not throwing the ball 50 times. We're relying on a good run game. We have a formula for winning, like I was telling y'all, off camera earlier. We run the ball, we control time of possession typically. We win the turnover battle because we're not making mistakes typically. Caleb only has, I read something today, or actually I didn't read it. My homeboy Andrew Weiss, man. Shout out to my boy Andrew.
Drew, what up?
Yeah, he gave me a
What's
stat
up, Andrew?
said Caleb Williams and JJ McCarthy both have 10 interceptions in their career. JJ McCarthy missed the whole season last year and missed 4 games this year.
Mm.
Caleb is protecting the ball. We're not giving it away. We're taking it away on the defensive side. It's a formula for winning. If you can stay close, you can win any game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I think I said either last week or it had to be the week before, that if the Bears can run 65 plus plays a game, have under 35 or 40 yards in penalties, and have the ball for 35 minutes, they'll win every game where those numbers are like that. And if you take a look at the games that they've won, you'll find that those numbers are pretty close to being right.
Yeah. Yeah. When we control time of possession, when we control the ball, we're making good things happen. So I agree with that. So I think we can all agree the offense is headed in the right direction. Me myself, I feel like I'm seeing continued improvement every week, and I mean they just keep going up. Now this next game against the champs, it'll be a real proven show, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But we'll really get to see what what these boys really got. So defense, we are so beat up defensively. We didn't have not one starting linebacker that was playing Sunday. Um, Johnson is, we are hurt. But in spite of that, that defense played pretty good Sunday.
Pretty darn good.
Yeah, I mean, everybody that came in truly held that next man up mentality, and they filled in and did what they were supposed to do. How'd y'all feel about that D?
Hey, Unc, what'd you think about your boy, Mr.
What?
Sweat? Mr.
Hey,
Sweat
he
came
got
through for you. Heard you talking about him.
he got busy when I started talking about him, didn't he?
He said, is that boy from Florida talking smack? Got something.
So, Marcus, I still think that the defense has real challenges. However, having said that, for them to win that game with none of their starting linebackers, missing a couple of people from the defensive backfield, they had a couple of in-game injuries of defensive linemen.
They were dropping like flies. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Who does that?
Yeah,
We do.
and to see the rate of those guys that was going, I mean, it was like we was losing guys every other play. And man, the next guy just came in and did what they had to do. Do y'all know what this I know the injury report doesn't come out until a little bit later, but are we getting anybody back? Is there any relief coming? Because again, we got the champs coming up on Black Friday. I'm a little nervous about that.
It's looking like Kyler and Jalen should be back. TJ is still up in the air. Tremaine is on injured reserve, so that's at least 3 more weeks. So that's, those are big blows. Hopefully we can get Kyler and Jalen back this week. I'm not sure about Noah Sewell either. But like you said, man, no starting linebackers. Down guys in the defensive backfield. There was a point where Nashawn Wright was injured. Tyreek Stevenson, we lose him during the middle of the game. You got Nick McLeod out there making plays when we need him to. Everybody did their thing. Had a Grady Jarrett sighting. He made a couple of plays, heard his name. And Montez Sweat, man, he proved that he's the guy that this defense can rely on. A couple of big sacks, then had the triple-double, no assists, like my boy Kanye say, with the sack, the strip fumble, and the fumble recovery. And, that really changed the momentum of the game in our direction for good.
Well, I'm glad he got that fumble recovery because I was about to jump through the TV when big ass trying to scoop down and pick up the ball. First of all, where your big ass gonna run to? And then
he can't even touch his ankles.
Secondly, they teach you that in grammar school. Fall on the ball, man. And he almost gave that ball up. So I'm glad Sweat was there to be able to
same thing happened tonight, man, in the game tonight. A big dude trying to pick the ball up and run. Just fall on the ball. But everybody wants to be a superstar.
Look, while y'all talking about fall on it, I'm sitting here in the house talking about scoop and score.
Not you, him, the other guy.
Yeah, so I'm glad that went that way. And we talk about not hearing Sweat's name and him not showing up. But Marley, you said something since the bye week. What has he done?
Now he's got this was before the second sack in the game yesterday, but he had 5 sacks in 6 weeks. So that second one made 6 sacks in 6 weeks. Definitely putting together a Pro Bowl caliber season. Real quietly too.
Yeah, because we definitely don't hear his name a whole lot, but he's coming through when it matters. So Mr. Sweat, hey, I appreciate you, man.
It's let me say this too, man. It's a testament to Dennis Allen. He's got these boys ready, no matter who's in the game. All year it's been bend but don't break. We've given up a lot of yards. Quarterbacks are throwing for 75, 80% completions, but we're taking the ball away and we're winning games. We're getting timely stops. Shout out to DA, man, and I think we got us a good one on the defensive side.
I agree with Marlon. wholeheartedly. And one thing I'd like to say, I don't like to be Debbie Downer, but
Uh-oh.
I've been accused of
Uh-oh.
that
You
before.
know
Here
what
we
I
go.
mean, right?
So the Bears have won, I think, 5 games by less than a touchdown, and they've done it by never giving up and by coming back. But most of those have been against weak teams where if we were really, really good, the game shouldn't have been that close in the first place.
Yeah.
So we are getting victories against weak teams that are playing for the most part second string quarterbacks and that kind of thing. But we're beating them. We're having to fight like hell to beat them, and we come back and do it. And I'm glad we are. But the reality is, we are not looking dominant. We are beating teams that, for the most part, we should beat, and we're barely beating them. That worries me a lot.
Yeah, I can definitely get with that.
See that, and for me, that doesn't worry me. I never saw us as a dominant team. When the season started, I didn't think we were going to go run roughshod over the NFL. I thought we were going to win 8 or 9 games. We're obviously ahead of that schedule, being 8-3. But I thought we were going to be in some close games. Do I want us coming back against teams that we should clearly beat? No. I do believe that the games are closer than I want them to be. But yeah, I never anticipated us being dominant. I figured that we would have to win close games. And I'm glad we won 5 or 6 of them instead of lost them. I know that.
Yeah,
But if
Well,
you
and
look around the league right now, and you're looking at other teams, nobody is out there really dominating. Every team that's out there looks like they're beatable. So we're getting ready to run up against. I mean, we ran up against Minnesota. We should have beat them the first game, right? Should have. The
should
way
have,
we
yeah.
looked in the beginning of the game, but we didn't. Okay, cool. But then you look at Green Bay, you look at KC, you look at Philly, you look at Detroit. All these teams are not dominating. So with us on the up and up, we have a chance. We have a chance with what we have. So this weekend coming up or Friday coming up, I think that we have a chance. I don't think that we're going to go out there and get smashed. We're going to give them hell. We got a chance.
I think the Bears have a chance every game that they play because of their attitude and because of the culture that Ben is building. However, I'm going to go on the record to say in the last 6 games, I think the best we do is 3-3. I would not be surprised if we ended up 2-4 because we're playing better teams. And as I said, that does concern me. And I think it really kind of limits the odds that we will win some of these games. So 2-4, that may be where we end up. 3-3 would be a good year.
Right.
But I guess we knew that. So why does it worry?
Because of where we are now, because my hopes are higher, because they've given me more than I expected, because they've shown more than I thought that they would show, and because I want them to keep doing that. But the reality is, I think against the better teams, they'll have a more challenging time of doing what they've done to some of the lesser ranked teams in the league.
I think that we've got 6 more games coming up. We've got some guys coming back within the next 6 weeks where the defense is going to start to fill up with guys coming back. It's going to be a different season these last 6 games if we can get these guys back. If the offense can continue to stay on the path that they're on right now, putting up 30 points, you get your linebackers back, you get your DBs back. It's a different season. 6 more games, it's going to be different.
So,
I
what do
don't
you,
see us getting beat by Green Bay twice.
out of those 6 games, Jay, what do you think will end up?
I would love to see 4. I don't think Green Bay can beat us twice. I don't think that we'll lose to the Browns. I think that we'll give Philly hell. I think that we'll give San Francisco hell. The only team that I'm really worried about is Detroit, because I think that game is in Detroit.
So, and
Yeah.
I probably got us finishing 2-4. I think we'll take care of Cleveland, and I believe that we'll get Green Bay once. I'm hoping that we finish 3-3 and take San Francisco, but I feel like obviously this week against a little bit of a spoiler alert, I feel like Philly's going to take care of us on Friday. I think Green Bay gets us once, and I think Detroit closes out the year with a win. And even if we do go 3-3, that's 11. If we go to 2-4, that's a 10-win season. Both are higher than what I anticipated coming in.
Great point, Marlon. I think at the beginning of the year, we were looking at 8, hoping for 9. And we're at 8 already. I agree with you. If we can go 2-4 and be at 10, that's wonderful. If we can go 3-3 and be at 11, whoo, go Bears.
Yeah, I'm shooting for 3-3. I too think we split with Green Bay. I don't know that we beat them twice, but I don't think they beat us twice either. We should definitely have the Browns. San Francisco is a beatable team. And man, it's just my heart wants the revenge game against Detroit. But I can't guarantee that. But if we could get 3-3, I I think that's a wild card,
Our
at least a
chances,
playoff season. That's much higher than I
any of us
imagined us
expected.
going this year. So I'm right now, actually, if I'm being 100% honest, I am very happy with what the season is right now. We played some good games. We've showed some great heart. We've shown some great build. We've shown that we have a lot of upside. And so I'm happy with my boys right now. Obviously, I want us to win some more, and I want us to get into. I want us to shock the world getting into the playoffs. If we got into the playoffs, Ben Johnson's first season, I mean, we'll be the talk of the town. We're the talk of the town already.
I don't think it's a shock no more.
No, I don't think it's a
You
shock
know
either.
where we're positioned. If we win 2 more games, we're at minimum a wild card. The way the rest of the NFC is shaking out. So
Yeah,
yeah, I think that we're in good position. And like Jason said just a minute ago, man, teams are looking beatable. Nobody is dominant. It would not shock me at all if we went to the link on Friday and came back to O'Hare with a win. It just wouldn't at all.
yeah.
That would be something. Hey, speaking of shocks, anybody shocked that Detroit goes for it on 4th down, I think 5 or 6 times during the game?
Was a crazy
Dan
Made,
Campbell special.
I think they made 1,
Yeah,
maybe
I
2,
think you're right.
and they left all of those points on the board.
Yeah. Well, and so we've been questioning, why does Ben do the things he do? Look at his pops, man. His pops is crazy.
He has all the faith in the world in those guys, and he is just instilling confidence in them by going for it. Yes, it's, you're gambling, but he's letting them know that he has the faith that they can do it. And I mean, right now we're on fire. We're on fire. We're playing good ball. Hopefully we get some guys back within the next couple weeks. That defense is going to change, and it's going to be coming up on teams where it can shut them down and let us put up 20, 25 points. We'll see.
And be
But
careful with the idea of guys coming back. Guys like Jalen Johnson, who've been out for a while, they may come back, but they don't come back like
the
they
same.
were
Yeah.
when they were at the height of their performance. There's a
Uh-huh.
psychology of I don't want to get hurt again. There's a chemistry issue. There's a lot of things that happen. And so I too want to see some of these guys come back. But as they do, I have to understand, like Jason says, it's a different team, and I'm not sure that it's all positive.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that is definitely a better team because they come back. Because these boys have been out for a few weeks. They've slowed down maybe a little half a step, before they can get back into the full swing of things. So I want to see them come back, and I'm hoping they come back just like they left, and come on and do the doggone thing. Before we move on to this special teams, again, we had a slight little issue here with the refs not calling something. So Caleb's making this scramble. He's about to step out of bounds, and the dude shoves him and throws him down like a rag doll. Now
he deserved it.
I think Aaron Rodgers would have got that call. I think I think anybody would have got that call. Why they didn't call it for Caleb?
Nobody gets that call because
You don't think so?
he's 3 yards in the field of play.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want to get hit, he's lucky Jalen Ramsey didn't really come and try to knock his block off. Because that's what
Yep.
I would have done. And that's what a
Right.
lot of other players think about what James Harrison would have done. If
Right.
2 yards in bounds, pussyfooting like you're not trying to get out.
I don't understand why he even does that. He does that a lot.
Yep. I think it's the Patrick Mahomes. You know, Patrick Mahomes get over by the sideline, kind of hit you with the dead leg like he's going out of bounds, and then turn upfield for another 7 to 10 yards. And I don't know if that's it, but it's like, dude, you better sprint out of bounds if that's what you're trying to do, or hit your butt on the floor and slide.
Yep.
But if
But-
you're in the field of play, you're gonna get hit.
But
Gonna
did you
get hit.
see? Did you see our newest defensive player? Wasn't CJ
CJ.
Gardner? Hey, he was ready to wreck shop. He grabbed that
Yeah.
dude up like, ah. So
And
And
for
he would have been
nothing.
fined $200,000.
Yep. And Caleb ain't gonna pay it either.
No, and Caleb ain't gonna pay it.
And else I want to talk about, and this is going back to a different game. My boy Jameis Winston.
Oh,
Man.
So he had the worst pregame speech you ever wanted to hear.
hey, we outside, but we inside.
But we inside.
And hey, that's gonna be our new line. We outside, but we
But
inside.
we inside.
But man, did you see the flea flicker thrown back to him? He trucked the dude,
Come
ran
on.
into May. Come on, man. I
And
like
he made that
Winston.
linebacker look salty, bro.
Finish up with
And,
a finger roll.
and then he finger rolled the crab legs. Remember the crab legs? He finger rolled the crab legs.
Hey, man, that dude is pure entertainment. He has to
Hey,
be
entertainment, bro.
protected at all costs, man. Mr. Winston, man, salute to you. Still doing this thing. But hey, Cairo Santos again shows himself to be the dude, man. He's very reliable. I know I talked about the new guy that came. I don't even remember his name no more.
You know he's
'cause-
gone, right?
Yeah, I did see that they shipped him out.
Marcus wanted to give him Cairo's job.
Now
And
he
Dag-
can't remember
Dag
his
don't
name.
remember-
Now I have no idea who the dude is, and it did just slip my mind that they did let him go. So Cairo is really showing himself, man, to be to just be that guy, and I'm glad they didn't listen to me, and I'm glad I'm glad they kept him, and it didn't let the other dude do nothing. But as far as our return game, again, we went back to the whack to the whack return game. What can we do, man? What can we do to fix this return game, man?
I don't know, man. You got to put somebody back there that just wants to lay it all on the line. Like they're just happy to be on the field. These guys that we have right now don't want to get hit at all. Don't touch me. Leave me on the sideline. I'm going down on the 20. Nah, man. There's still 10 more yards you got to get.
I think though too, a lot of it is it's hard to return on this new kickoff format.
I was gonna ask.
Look, you catch the ball, catch 5 yards in front of you. Catch the ball like, oh,
There's only so many jukes you can throw, huh?
man.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask that. Is it due to the new format? If Devin Hester was back there, could he beat Devin Hester with this new format that they got?
Hey man, Devin House is special. That man
Yeah, I
is,
mean,
that man
his vision was totally different than these cats, for sure.
that's a fact.
Duvernay is not very fast. He's not very shifty. And so he's not an optimal return guy for me. He didn't do much last week. However, don't forget the week before, he's the one I think
He
that
put
put
us
us
in
in
position.
position to win the
He
game.
did. Hey, we were shocked.
He shocked the whole world with that one.
Who is that?
So, yeah. So I think Cairo is gonna keep us in games. He's gonna be that X factor that that we may very well need against the Eagles. That X factor that we may very well need against the Packers. So I'm satisfied with that. But man, this kickoff return, we got to figure something out.
Hey, Marcus, I was a Cairo Santos supporter
Mhm.
uh, until 2 weeks ago when he kicked two pancakes to the side.
Yeah.
So I was really glad to see him bounce back last week and kind of return to form. But what that said to me is a couple of things. First of all, over 51, 52 yards, the Bears are going to probably go for it and not trust his leg. That's a problem because you've got so many other teams in the NFL who trust their guys from 58 to 60 yards. So
Yeah.
we're a little behind the eight ball on that one. And then what he did 2 weeks ago, kicking those two pancakes. Every time he kicks now, I'm going to be holding my breath. Is he going to kick another pancake? He's capable of it.
Yeah.
What do you all think made that happen? Was it the wind or what?
Now
I'm trying
that
to
was
think back. Which one are you talking about? Which game?
Jay, he missed
2
two
weeks
field
ago.
goals. I think it was 2 or 3 games ago, and they weren't even close. He kicked them. They just like went straight left, and I thought
Was
somebody
that in
may
the
have
Raider game?
might have been. They were so bad. I thought somebody had blocked the kicks, and then you
Yeah.
look
Yeah,
at the replay. He
I'd
just
have to
missed
go
it.
back. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
and
remember.
it wasn't wind, it wasn't any of that. And if I remember, they were saying that the hole was good and that it just shanked it off his foot. He just had some bad placement on his part. Um, and I guess, that's gonna happen every once and again. But like on the game last night, they were saying, yeah, well, they just need to get about like 5 more yards to get him in his range of 60. And I'm like, damn, really? so
Hey, you don't
so
know what that leg's got in there. That was in practice. He was kicking them like that. Not in
yes.
games.
Yeah, so it may be time to give Cairo a protege,
There you go.
with a little bit longer of a leg, because Cairo's getting older too, and that it just might be the strength that he got right now. So let's go ahead and get him a little protege and get that be able to drill him like that. So
And I would suggest the field goal kicker is such an important piece of modern football, and especially for the Bears, a team that struggles to win by more than 5 or 6 points. That field goal kicker is extremely important.
yeah.
I wouldn't hesitate to use a higher draft pick next year. Not my first draft pick, but I would not be afraid at all to maybe use a second or a third round pick to get one of the better kickers out of college.
Speaking of picks, what do we look like as far as picks next year?
Standard 7.
Okay.
Just our picks.
Okay. Okay. All
You
right.
know, we
Well,
we kind of went out the box last year and took that punter with the high.
yeah.
Was he a third round pick?
4.
Fourth? That's not normal.
Mhm.
I would not mind doing that again to get one of the better field goal kickers out of college because he's important.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely, especially with us, because these cardiac bears put me through something every doggone week.
Come on. Come
So
on.
we go ahead and move on to these picks, but before we do that, we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Got a song idea? An album vision? M2 Media Group does it all. We write the lyrics, compose the music, any genre you dream. We provide the musicians, the singers, the full production. From your first note to the final mix, we bring your vision to life. M2 Media Group, your sound, our passion. Call us today.
All right, fellas. So we back and let's go ahead and talk about our picks for the week. We're gonna go ahead and rack this thing on up. So here's what we're looking at. We got the Lions in Green Bay. We got the Ravens and the Bengals. We got the Jets and the Falcons. And we got the Bears and the Eagles. Let's start it off this way. Jay, who you got?
Okay. So I have the Lions. I have the Ravens. I have the Falcons, and I have the Bears.
Yes, sir. Sounds like some good picks there. We'll see how that goes for you, Pop. Who you got?
So, Marcus, give me that first game because I can't remember nothing you said.
All right, hold tight. Let me see.
The
So,
first game is Detroit and Green Bay.
yes,
So
sir.
I'm taking Detroit over Green Bay.
All right, and then we've got the Ravens
Bengals
and
and
the
the Ravens.
Bengals.
I'm taking the Ravens over the Bengals.
Then we got the Jets and the Falcons.
I am taking the Falcons over the Jets.
And then we got the Bears and the Eagles.
I am taking the Eagles over the Bears.
Blasphemy. Blasphemy, I tell you.
And take that jersey off.
Yeah, right.
Take that jersey off.
Right, we're gonna meet you outside. I'm about to get on the next flight out. So for me, myself, obviously I took the Lions over the Packers. I almost did the unthinkable and picked the Packers, but my heart just wouldn't let me do it. So I'm gonna take the Lions over the Packers. I'm gonna take the Ravens over the Bengals. I'm gonna take the Jets over the Falcons. And of course, I'm taking my Bears over them dirty birds, Eagles. And Marlo, who you got?
Man, I think Detroit's offense is a little bit too explosive right now. I've said this a couple of times throughout the year. Thought they were going to fall off. I couldn't have been more wrong. The offense is still dominant. A couple of bounces of the ball ain't going their way, so they don't have the same record, but they still explosive. So I got Detroit over Green Bay. I've got the Ravens knocking off the fighting Joe Burrows out in Cincinnati. The Ravens have really stepped up over the past 4 or 5 weeks. It really started with us, unfortunately, but they've looked like they're ready to compete again in AFC. And then I'm taking the Jets over the Falcons, man. I'm down here in Atlanta. I am not at all a fan of what the Falcons got going on. And the Jets benched Justin Fields, so I think that they got a shot. As
Hey,
crazy
who's
as
the
that
quarterback for
sounds,
the Jets
man.
right now?
As
Who's
crazy as
set to
that
be
sounds,
quarterback?
I
Tyron.
believe it's Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a professional. He's not nobody that's going to knock
Yeah,
his
he'll
socks
manage
off,
it.
but he's a professional quarterback. I mean, he can execute a game plan. So I think they're going to do it. And then we close it out. I think Philly, like I said earlier, is going to take care of the Bears. I feel like the cardiac comes to an end. Um, you can only play with fire so many times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, the tackle that I wish we had drafted that keeps getting in trouble is
Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
Did he get suspended? Is he playing against us Friday?
I think he's playing.
I
don't think
believe,
he's
I
suspended.
hadn't heard that he was suspended.
Okay.
Well, for the audience, we will be looking for 2 new hosts. The applications can be submitted. Y'all let us know because we got some blasphemers in here. But listen, the picks are in. You can see them right here. Listen, let's go ahead and see what we're gonna do. So, fellas, that's it for this recap of our good old Bears, man. Our good old cardiac Bears. Listen, if you all are really locked in with us, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit like, make sure you hit that bell so you can see every time that we release something new. And also, we want to say happy Thanksgiving to you and yours, from us to y'all. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays. And listen, we'll see y'all next time. Make sure y'all stay locked in. Peace.
Bear down.
Happy Turkey Day, y'all.
FGB.
Yes, sir. Good.